When Max Holloway stepped in on short notice to face Dustin Poirier at UFC 143 in February 2012, there was absolutely no way to predict these two men would one day be involved in one of the most anticipated bouts of the year. Just 20 years old at the time, Holloway was a skinny Hawaiian kid that was believed to have potential, but there was some concern that he was being rushed to the big stage. Poirier sure made it feel that way in their first meeting, brushing aside some early striking flurries and slamming Holloway to the floor before scoring a submission of the night bonus with a brilliant triangle armbar finish. Holloway showed incredible resilience though, bouncing back to score wins over Pat Schilling, Justin Lawrence, and Leonard Garcia, all in the same calendar year. But just as the hype train started to gain speed, it was derailed by a frustrating split decision loss to Dennis Bermudez in a fight that every media outlet tracked by MMADecisions.com awarded to Holloway, and that even UFC broadcaster Joe Rogan called,
That's a puzzling decision.
Despite the setback, Holloway, now 22 at the time, was then matched up in August 2013 with a 25-year-old Conor McGregor. It was a battle of young guns, but make no mistake, the plan was to launch the McGregor era in what was just the Irishman's second UFC bout, and Holloway was forced to sit opposite the Notorious on stage before the fight as a custom fan-designed poster was revealed to mark the occasion, a poster that only featured McGregor. In the end, Holloway would come up short in the clash, sending McGregor on a path that quickly saw him become the sport's biggest star. Little did anyone know, Holloway was about to embark on a run of his own, seemingly getting better every single time he stepped into the cage and racking up 13 consecutive victories, a run that saw him claim an interim UFC title with a stoppage win over Anthony Pettis, and then unify and defend the titles with a pair of vicious victories over Jose Aldo, before downing a previously undefeated Brian Ortega in a thrilling fight of the night affair. Of course, there were challenges along the way. Holloway tried to become a champ for the first time in April 2018, stepping in on just 1 week's notice to challenge Khabib Nurmagomedov for the UFC's vacant lightweight title, only to be pulled from the clash by the New York State Athletic Commission due to concerns with his weight cut. 3 months later, Holloway was also forced to reschedule the featherweight fight with Ortega when he experienced concussion-like symptoms the week of the contest, leading many to speculate whether Holloway would be better served fighting at 155 pounds. At UFC 236, he'll get the chance, and he'll meet a man cut from the same cloth in Dustin Poirier. Poirier's big show journey started in much the same way as Holloway, coming in as an undefeated prospect and facing an established veteran in Danny Castillo at WC 50 in August 2010. The bout went 3 full rounds, but it was Last Call who walked away with the win. Undaunted, the 21-year-old Poirier rebounded with a WC victory over Zach Mickelwright, and then continued his winning ways when the WC's featherweight division was folded into the UFC, taking out Josh Crispy, Jason Young, Pablo Garza, and Holloway. But in his first UFC headliner, Poirier came up short in a Fight of the Year candidate with Chan Sung Jung, a man better known as the Korean Zombie. Poirier would rebound with 4 wins in his next 5 outings before he too was paired with McGregor in a much-anticipated 2014 affair. Fueled by a legendary win in his native Ireland just 2 months earlier, McGregor's mastery of mind games was on full display, and he baited Poirier into a reckless, emotional affair that did not end well for the Louisiana native. But through defeat came an idea, moving up to the lightweight division. Just like Holloway, as Poirier got older, making 145 pounds became more and more difficult, and the Diamond decided to try his hand in the lightweight division. The results speak for themselves, with Poirier since going 8-1 in the weight class, including a scintillating run of recent results that includes wins over former UFC and Bellator champ Eddie Alvarez, former World Series of Fighting champ Justin Gaethje, and former UFC and WC champ Anthony Pettis. With each mounting win, Poirier made it clear that he had one goal in mind, wrapping a UFC title around his waist. Now with UFC lightweight champ Khabib Nurmagomedov suspended for his role in a post-UFC 29 brawl with McGregor, the UFC is instituting an interim belt. Competing for the honors are 2 men who are unquestionably among the most exciting fighters in the sport today. Holloway will look to make history as just the 4th fighter in UFC history to simultaneously hold belts in 2 different weight classes. Poirier looks to complete a journey that has seen him competing at the sport's highest level for nearly 9 years, but never having an opportunity to taste gold. Fireworks seem certain. History is possible. It's a rematch no one saw coming, but everyone will want to see. 7 years later, it's Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier 2.